Hi, my name is Jacob Adams. I'm the designer of evolutiontraining.net, and I'm also the writer of Your Divine Romance, Bold Action, Meditation, and Pure Love. Have you ever found yourself in a slump emotionally, physically, just drained, maybe you woke up like, you know how Beyonce says, I woke up like this, and she's just bragging about that, and that's really cool. You gotta hand it to her. That's a pretty cool statement. I woke up like this, like assuming she's just some awesome queen bee, right? And we're gonna put Beyonce aside for a second. And have you ever woken up and you're just like caught up in a stressful situation, or worried, or just replaying something that happened, or that you're replaying a potential problem? Well, first and foremost, I'm going to go into later about how that's a selfish thing for us to do. But we're going to put that aside for a second too. The thing is, have you ever wanted to get out of that feeling and not really known how? Now, earlier today, I did make a video on meditation, which is one of the strategies, one of those practices, self-regulating behaviors that can allow you to break through some of those slumps. And it's often going to cure that most of the time. And then today, though, I actually want to share with you Tony Robbins' work and his strategy that I implement, and I revisit even since I looked at it last year, and here I am going to go into it, give you some ideas as to it. Well, even today, I meditated, I did hypnosis, but I hadn't worked out. I skipped about a day of working out. My sleep schedule's been off. I was out with my friend Joe. Maybe today we'll make a video, me and my friend Joe. And I was up late. My sleep schedule's been off. I had one beer for the holidays, and even hormonally something wasn't right. So I went back to Tony Robbins stuff. And again, I've taught coaching I've coached people with fitness. I know about the pathway of the energies, the aerobic capacity. I know about all of these things. I've studied it, coached it. I know I can write a book on it. But even then, I know that it can still creep up on us. We can still be caught up in our emotions and our doubts and our insecurities and our traumas. So I know that if it happens to me, I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. I know for a fact. So I want to go into Tony Robbins' teachings as where he goes into, he states it like this: the state, the story, and the strategy. Our calendar is full of strategy. We can say that. So we know that in our calendar, and if you don't have a calendar yet, I'm going to make a video about that right after this one, but our calendar holds our strategy. Great. But let's look at our state and our story. Okay? Because what's going on, we're telling ourselves a story. We're replaying, we're trying to predict the future, we're trying to gain control, right? And it's weird that this habit is so selfish, because we're looking at our issues versus how can we help others solve their issues too. And in looking to solve and give, we can get out of our own head, which is a problem. We're in this story. Remember, state, story, and strategy. So we're going to put the strategy part aside for a second. Well, when I find myself in this is what I did today, for example. After coaching for so long and helping so many people, what I did today was like, let me just go to the gym. I did my meditation. I wrote a newsletter. I sent out the newsletter. I did hypnosis. I talked to my friend Joe. I've done so much closure in my life. I mean, I'm in good terms with everyone I've ever had an argument with. I don't have any real enemies in my life. I really don't. And so I said, okay, well, let me look at Tony Robbins' state, the state I'm in. So I went to the gym, and all I did today was 1 hour of cardio. I got on the stepper. I put on Armin van Buuren, State of Trance. I read a little bit of Tim Ferriss's Tool of Titans on my iPad Kindle. And as I walked back up the stairs to my apartment, I felt great. Everything that I had been working on today finally clicked. I'm in a great state of mind. I've had a protein shake. I threw in a Reese's peanut butter cup into my 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, a little bit of milk, a little cinnamon, and one Reese's peanut butter cup for the season. Merry Christmas. And I feel great again. I got a little spark right here in a wine glass. Hold on. And get right here. I mixed it with, it's a great flavor. Mixed with some greens powder. I mean, It's got a little kale, broccoli spin. I feel great now. So my state has changed. So why? Well, I'll give you something interesting to think about. The heart actually releases hormones once it starts pumping that get us going, that get our state of mind. Our dopamine is up. And in all reality, we have to face that. The reality of it is that we have to hack into our own drugstore, our own pharmacy in our brain. We have to. That's the only way we're gonna maximize what we're gonna do, how we're gonna feel, what we're gonna do that day. Energy, creating energy. And Scott Adams talks about it, Brendon Burchard talks about it, Tony Robbins specifically says state, story, and strategy, right? So now the story I'm focused, as I walk through the stairs, all the work I had been putting into my mind through the hypnosis, through my self-studies, now was in alignment with my emotional state and my energy. So now it had one congruent state. And then this video here came out, which my strategy changed. See that? And I'm gonna make my video on my calendar, here in a bit. Maybe I'll take a shower first. I got my clothes drying so I can, have some clothes to wear for my videos. Maybe see how my strategy is changing now that my mental state is changing. And so I want you to think about that. Tony Robbins, he goes into the state. What state are you in? Change your state. Then change the story, or change the story, whatever. And then naturally change the strategy. And then you could even say the strategy improves. And then finally, the behavior starts coming to the surface, an improvement. You start maximizing, you start gaining that fulfillment that we all really truly want. You start gaining that clarity, that integration, that bliss, that realization of love. This is Jacob Adams. You can go to evolutiontraining.net and watch a free training right now. The training is worth a significant amount, whether you want more connections in life, more fulfilling relationships, whether you're looking to make more in your career or grow in your career, whether you're looking to improve your psychology or your purposes or your physiology. The training will help you connect some of the dots that you need to start gaining the clarity you need to maximize your performance in those areas. This is Jacob Adams. Share, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and you can call me at 512-994-7328. Just text me saying you'd like to take a 10 to 15 minute evaluation of where you're at and some of the sticking points you have. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know what makes you tick. And you're hearing all about me and what makes me tick. I'd love to hear about you. Share this video, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye.